Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Right next to me, we have Anthony Beal, who will be competing on our next upcoming event. Zhong Low Cage Fighting Series number 10 is going down June 8 at the Kezar Pavilion. Anthony Lam, let's first of all, informal, let's congratulations on your last victory at the Cow Palace first round fight, coming off a phenomenal turnaround TKO. You were slightly a little bit under in the beginning, and then you make a really strong turnaround. So let's talk a little bit of how you feel about your last performance.
Yeah, always learn from my mistakes. Lost my pro debut. Look back at it with the coaches, showed me where I went wrong, and we just adjusted, went from there, and we just made sure I was more prepared.
That's awesome. Now, how much ground game did you work on? Because I know you're tall and lanky. Most fighters that go into fight you, they want to take it to the ground. Because you're really tall for your weight class, especially in the flight on the lightweight. How much ground game do you prepare, and what rank are you right now on the ground?
So I do no gi, so no belt.
No belts.
But I've actually got, as amateur, more submission wins than I had TKOs. Despite my height and everyone thinking I only strike, I have more subs than I do KOs.
Now, you've been doing amateur fight for how long?
About 7-8 years.
God
as an
damn,
amateur, yeah.
7. How many fights do you have total?
Amateur, I think it was like 15, almost maybe 16.
That's a lot of experience.
Yeah.
That's a lot of experience. Now you turn pro, that's 1-1, now looking for a second win in the pro circuit. Your next opponent, Edwin Huang, he is 2-0, undefeated. You are 1-1, you guys are very similar experience-wise. What do you think of Edwin?
I saw some of his videos. He's a little shorter than me. He likes to wrestle. He tries to set up strong 1-2. But I think I got more diverse and more well-rounded than some of his opponents. So I think I'm going to be a lot harder to take down and definitely a lot harder to strike with than you might be expecting.
Now, especially, I don't think he's running into somebody actually like to use the knee a lot yet, because when he fought on my show twice, one as amateur and then one of his professional pro debut, and I don't see anybody against wrestler that use a lot of knees, and especially like beginning career of the pros that usually just starting to sink in the elbow and the knee. This fight for your height might be coming handy with those knees, if you're against wrestlers.
Right, well, if you even watch my last fight, as long as lanky as I am, I can still fight on the inside. I was throwing knees, I was throwing elbows.
Yes.
That's what eventually dropped my opponent, and I was able to get the finish.
So you fight like outside, inside, you pretty much can adapt,
Yeah, we like to be well-rounded, drill everything, not just focus like, oh, you're tall, we're just going to strike. Like, no, we prepare for everything at my gym.
Now, where are you training at right now, Anthony?
So I train out at Combat Fitness, Rapid Martial Arts in Vallejo, California. It's part of the Asylum Fight Team.
It's one of the oldest MMA gym in the Vallejo area.
The first MMA gym in Vallejo.
No shit. Yeah, I know Rocky for a minute, and still watching him. Like, we used to go to Bear River. Before that, Blue Lake Casino in Humboldt, and you guys always throw down with a lot of fighters out there. So now, who is your main training partner for this upcoming fight?
Main training partner, so we got DJ Hughes. He's an amateur about to go pro. Christian Espinoza, very, very good pro fighter. Adam Cruz, my wrestling coach as well. There's a couple really solid, good fighters, some of the best fighters I've ever trained with.
Now, is Christian Espinoza planning to make a comeback fight?
I'm hinting it towards him, trying to get him in there, but he's unsure at the moment. But he's doing his work and life thing. So
I know he's become a full-time nurse, right?
Yeah.
He's got a good career going, so that's a beast, though. I'm hoping I can see him, watching him fight again on my event. I have him fought on my event for a few times.
Yeah, I'd love to be on the. I fought with him once when we were both amateurs. I fought with him once as an amateur, and he was a pro. But I would love to be Christian. We gotta be on the same card as pros together, brother.
Yes, and not to mention, after June 8, the card after is August 17th. We are under construction on that fight card. It's going to be another huge, surprising fight card. Lots of title fight, lots of everything, and then definitely we'll have a female fight and a heavyweight fight. That's the two that I really want to have, a heavyweight fight and a female fight at the Cow Palace, August 17th. And any fighter managers want to DM me, get your fight on the card, making sure you guys reach out to me. Now, if people want to get a hold of you, Tony, to come watching you fight, how can people contact you?
You can find me on Instagram at skeletor.beal, Facebook at Anthony Skeletor Beal.
That's pretty awesome. Now, any special loved one, supporters, sponsors that you want to shout out to?
Yeah, of course. Well, first of all, my wife, always in my corner, always supporting me, helping me through all my fight camps. My entire team, the Asylum Fight Team, Combat Fitness, Rapicon's Martial Arts, my coaches, Coach Rocky Rapicon, Grandmaster Christopher Rapicon, everyone. I've been with the Rapicon family since I was 8 years old.
Wow.
So, they're just second family to me. They've always been there for me and, always there supporting me.
And how old are you now, Tony?
I just turned 29.
Holy shit, so you've been with them for 21 years?
Yeah.
Wow. And then you also, you started off like a traditional martial art, right?
Yeah, I started a traditional martial art of Kachikembo.
Kachikembo. And you still practice Kachikembo?
I do.
That's great. It's good to see the old original martial arts and still living alive among with the MMA fighting, so that's pretty awesome. Now, if your opponent, Edwin Kwan, watched this interview, what do you have to say to him?
Just be ready for anything. Don't think just because I'm tall that you can just take me down. It's not going to be that easy.
How do you see this fight is going to go down?
I don't like to try and predict things because you never know how a fight's going to go.
Mm-hmm.
But, like I said before, I'll be ready for anything. If he wants to stand and bang, I'll stand and bang. He wants to take it to the ground. Like I said, I've got more submission victories from the bottom with different submissions than I do TKO. So he's got to be prepared for anything.
That's pretty awesome. Now, for more information about this upcoming fight card, check out DragonHouseMMA.com. This event is a live stream pay-per-view nationwide, so if you cannot make it to the event, making sure you guys order your pay-per-view voucher from DragonHouseMMA.com and simply just directly hit up Tony, get a ticket from him so he can get a little credit for it. Give him a little bit of love and support, and subscribe my YouTube channel, and so I can, get some support from all the fans out there. And DM me our next kickboxing sparring, May 19th this month. Making sure you guys sign up. 3 1-minute round, full headgear, 12-ounce gloves, shin pads, and go 3 1-minute round kickboxing sparring at the Dragon House facility. Making sure you guys register from DragonHouseMMA.com. Now, is there any other 150 fighter that you wants to fight in the future?
No one really at the moment. Just got my first pro win at the last card, so just want to stay focused, keep my eye on just, getting that record up there.
So now you have eyes on the prize. Edwin Kwan,
Sir.
June 8th. We are 5 weeks out.
Sir.
That's pretty awesome, Now, Tony, as growing up, you've been doing martial arts since 8 years old. Any interesting story that you want to share with all the fight fans out there? Any street fights or beat up a bully or anything?
Not so much a story, but just having that background has really disciplined me and conditioned me in ways that just straight MMA fighters might not have. Mm-hmm. So it really comes to that loyalty and that respect and that that honor that comes with that traditional martial arts that not everyone teaches. So definitely just be respectful as a fighter. You're both in there, you're trying to fight each other, but you can be friends afterwards.
That's pretty awesome. There's some people always say like the difference of a martial artist or like MMA fighter as an athlete, because as a fighter, as an athlete, people just compare competition and fight to win, but being a martial artist, it's a lot more. The moral behind it, the loyalty, the being a good human being and all this behind it. It's being a good role model as a good martial artist.
In Kajikembo, we always say we train not just physical, but we train the mind, the body, and the spirit.
Absolutely.
So it's those three together is what makes a complete martial artist.
So if anybody around Vallejo area want to check out a good martial art training facility and then sign up, get into martial art, here we go. Combat Fitness,
Rapicon's Martial Arts.
Rapicon's Martial Arts. And making sure you guys stay tuned. Do you happen to have they have an IG page?
Yeah, you can find them on Instagram at Combat Fitness RMA and also on Facebook at Combat Fitness Rapicon's Martial Arts.
That's pretty awesome. And then who is your favorite UFC fighter?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Oh man. Favorite currently,
You watched the UFC 300?
I did. That was good. I mean, you can't go wrong with Max Holloway. He's just always a fan favorite.
Yes.
My coach trained with Glover for a long time, so Pereira is one of the team favorites as well, just being from that gym.
Yes, that's pretty awesome. And of course, my favorite is Yuri for the UFC 300. But that guy
He's something else.
is something else. He's so unorthodox and is so unlike other fighter. He's kind of awkward, you know, doing his. I mean, I don't know anyone watching his shadow boxing. Unlike traditional MMA fighter, he does that little boot like robotic, but that shit works. You know, when he actually applies, like damn, when he pulled off that knockout on UFC 300, that was sensational, you know. But I'm a big fan of him, so let's see. And then obviously Conor McGregor coming out in June 29 or something like that. Yeah, that's another fight. Make sure you guys stay tuned. It's like I'm a fan of Conor too. All right, I'm signing out. Zhong. Today is May 3rd. We are 5 weeks out. Making sure you guys stay tuned. Right next to me we have Anthony Beal, also Tony Beal. So give him some support. We'll see you guys June. I'm Zhong signing out. If you have your own blood, brother, thank you.
Of course, thank you.
Peace.